Good morning to the American people. This is President KAT speaking. I don't know when they're gonna announce it. I haven't won yet, but whenever they announce it, I'm gonna be president. Finally. This morning, they've been stalkered up. They're all upset that they can't be stalkered up anymore when I'm president. So they're going hard this morning. When I woke up at like 6:50 a.m., there was a siren going off really like nearby somewhere, really loud, and it sounded like it was just driving really slow or something, or just sitting there or whatever. And then right when I roll over in bed, I hear another siren start, or I think it was another siren started, or they switched that siren sound or whatever. There's like another siren starts right there, and then the sirens start fading out right there too. Like they just start driving away right when I rolled over in bed. And then I got up. I was in the bathroom. Right when I stand up off the toilet, I hear my phone, got like a message on my phone. It's like the Apple News alert thing. And it's like, boop. Heard that right when I stood up from the toilet. The garbage truck is outside right now. They're making slamming noises and they're driving around synced right now. I don't know if are they unloading this dumpster again? Oh, they're taking off. They're taking off. And it looks synced with these cars on the street. And I saw FedEx a minute ago. And it's stalkered up. And my refrigerator turned on sync this morning. My neighbors are synchronizing this morning. It's been stalkered up morning since I woke up an hour ago. The train horn was synchronizing this morning. It's been stalkered up. So that's been the past hour. I got 12 more hours in the day or whatever. Got lots more hours to go. It's gonna be 1,000 things per 5 minutes. I see a FedEx right now. He's gonna stalk. He's stalking with another FedEx. Yeah. He's synced with another FedEx, man. Can't make it up. I saw 2 red cars and 2 white cars that were syncing. And then the red car synced with another white car when he turned into the parking lot. And then there's a blue car that looks like it's synced with the red car, and it's driving back out of the parking lot. It drove into the parking lot, and it's driving back out of the parking lot right as I hear this banging sound. Like, what was that? Like, you just drove into the parking lot and then back out of the parking lot and back onto the street. What? Yeah, I see a lot of stalkers right now. I see a lot of stalkers. I think they're on their way to school and work, taking their kids to school, stalkered up and shit. But it's a lot of stalkers right now. It's stalkered up. I see a lot of white and red right now. They on that good stuff, yeah. They on that sync powder. Pure raw sync powder. So I just got on here to say stock it up and also get your votes in. While you still can, get your votes in. Let's make sure, let's secure the presidency. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to win already, but just want to make extra sure. Because, you know, they'd be playing games out here and stuff, so they're probably going to play games with the election and shit. If I don't win the election, just know it's games being played. Like, something is rigged. Like, because I did that poll the other day and it was 100% ILCAT. I see 2 FedExes again. Are they gonna sync too? Yup, they synced. It's like that time of the day where the FedExes are all going out for the day, and I'll see them. I'll see like multiple of them driving up the street, and they'll all be synced. Last night's video was funny. How they just kept having cars driving by me in the laundromat parking lot. Like, they kept doing the same thing. Like, they kept driving right over by me and pointing their headlights at me, synced up. Like, 3 different cars did that, at least. And then I kept hearing car doors closing, synced, like after I sat on that bench. I see a school bus. It looked like it synced with this car that's parking in the parking lot. Is it gonna sync again? It looks synced with other cars. It looks synced. Sync. Sync. I hear this banging sound. I think it's synced up with this car taking off out of the parking lot. Is it synced with that? Looks like that car is syncing with cars as he drives out of the parking lot. He's syncing with multiple white cars and other cars. And then he's syncing with other cars at the other side. Sync. He he's a sink snorter, and he's going back on this other street now. He's gonna snort a fat line of sink again. He's gonna get sinked out. He's gonna wake up in a puddle of his own vomit. And he's gonna be like, oh, what did I do last night? I got sinked out. What the fuck? Hopefully they got the pink sink. I think they're on that Walter White. They're on that Walter Whitey sink. He drives around in his RV synced, his white one. There's this car turning in the parking lot. There's all these cars sinking on the street, and then my AC outside of the apartment is turning on at the same time, and there's this engine sound. Like all those things are happening at the same time with each other. And then they parked in the parking lot, and then they're just sitting in their car with the lights turned on, and then they're gonna get out at a synced moment. And they're gonna sit there, waste their life until that synced moment. And then they're gonna get out, and they're gonna be like, oh! They're turning the car off right as these two white cars converge at the intersection. They're gonna get out with a red shirt or something. They're gonna be synced again. The light just turned back on right as this other car honks. Like the car next to it locked and honked, and then another car next to that car is getting out. I didn't even know they were in the car. And then there's also a truck that's parking in the parking lot that looks synced with all these cars. And then there's also a tan car and a school bus syncing up. And then there's also a bunch of other cars syncing up. And the entire time I'm talking. And then there's also a car in the parking lot that I think is tan, and it looks synced up. And then these birds just flew over my head synced up. It's a lot of syncs. There's also this car way in the background with his lights turned on that's pointed right at my window, way in the distance in the background. And it's probably a sync, and he probably turned on synced, and he's probably gonna drive off synced. Or turn off synced, or flash his light synced, or whatever. Turn on his high beam synced. I heard this banging sound right as I see the school bus driving by in the background. That looks synced. Oh, it was a dumpster slam. He's rolling by me with the trash can as two white cars sink. And this guy walked out at the same time, I think. And then he's turning as the door on the white van opens up that pulled up synced with the other white and sitting parked in the parking lot. And then there's two white E synced, and then there's other white E synced, and then there's other cars synced, and then a sync, and then a sync, and then he's getting back out of the back of the van with the guy walking by the back of the van, with the other guy walking by the back of the van. Sync. Maybe instead of imagining falsehoods, get some help for your mental condition. You owe it to your mother at least. This game you're playing is belligerently selfish. Be a man for once. Dude, are you blind? Oh, it says you're not blind. Are you deaf? My refrigerator just clicked. Was it synced? Or not my refrigerator, the heater on my wall clicked. There's a car backing up out of a driveway, and as it backs up behind this car in the parking lot, like it's in the background behind this car in the parking lot, as it like backs up behind it, it turned on, and then as it drove out of sight, as the driveway car drove out of sight, the guy in the parking lot car is getting in his car. Like, I guess it turned on with the remote start or something. And he got in, like, he synced with that driveway car twice. And then I saw an ambulance that was probably synced with the driveway car or some shit. There's too many things to focus on. I can't keep up. I need like multiple cameras with infinite zoom so I can keep up with all the syncs. But even then, they're gonna do syncs as I'm watching that video. I'm gonna miss 1,000 syncs. It's like, slow down, guys. Aren't I supposed to see the syncs? Like, they're doing more of them right now. I can barely see out my window right now. Aren't I supposed to see the syncs? Isn't that the point of the syncs? I just do so many of them that I miss 1,000 of them per minute. I think these guys walking were synced. Like, one's walking by the corner of one building and another one's walking by the corner of another building at the same time. And they were like walking by each other when I walked up. Like, they're just walking in front of a corner of a building, like, or one's walking behind a building, one's walking in front of a building. 2 different buildings, and it looks synced. I see a car with a dim light. Is it a sync? I think it's synced. But yeah, I just wanted to say how was so many things within 1 hour after I woke up. And then I woke up in the middle of the night last night, and what did I hear? Some type of sounds. They were making some type of sounds outside when I woke up in the middle of the night last night. I forget. They're making some type of dumpster slamming sounds or some shit. My water heater just turned on synced. These cars that were synced. I just saw 2 petite cars drive by synced a minute ago. I see other cars that look synced right now. I see sync. I see Synkhead Stanley again. He's syncing up with Stalker Steven. The other Stalker Steven, not the other one. The other one. Stalker Stephanie's husband. Not Stassi Stacy's brother, but the other Steven. You know, the stalker. No, the other one. I see a FedEx. He looks synced with this red car. Is he synced? He's synced with a white car at the intersection. And another white. 2 white SUVs. But it's raining outside. Haven't heard any thunder, so it's not a thunderstorm, it's just a rainstorm. But if it was a thunderstorm, there would probably be sync thunder right now. Because it just always happens every time there's thunderstorms, so. I'm too extreme. Why? Better get used to it. I'm gonna be president in a few minutes. You relax. Don't talk to your president like that. I'll land a helicopter on your front lawn, bro. I'm the fucking president. How about you relax? I see a lot of stalkers still. Just don't want to talk about all the stalkers. I see a bird flying over my head, directly over my head. I see Whitey's stalking with another stalker truck, and they're stalkered up, and then another stalker car, and then another stalker car, and then another one that's coming out of the parking lot. And he's stalking, and he's meeting the blue window world car with the red stalker car out of the parking lot. And he's stalkered up. I see a bunch of other red and orange cars that were probably stalkered up with the red stalker, and then he looks stalkered up with this other truck that's driving through the intersection. They're the last cars, and then there's another car coming, and he's gonna stalk, and he's stalkered up with these other cars, and they're both red, and they're stalkered up. Can I just ever see a burst of cars that doesn't look stalkered up? No, they always gotta look stalkered up. There might be a couple of cars occasionally that might not look stalkered up, but every other car always looks stalkered up. Every day. But today's the last day. Because once I'm president, it's not going to be stalkered up anymore. I'll make sure of it. I'm gonna end gang stalking or get assassinated trying. That's my slogan. So, I don't really got much else to say, I think. It's stalkered up out there. Just want to remind people, go watch my video from the other day where the babies were crying sync. Shit's wild. Shit's really crazy. It's on my other channel, Cat the Glitch. Go subscribe to Cat the Glitch. If I get 50 subscribers, I can go live on Cat the Glitch. But go watch that video. There was babies crying synced at Target the other day as I walked up to the checkout. And you can hear the babies crying synced at synced moments. And you can hear the babies start to crying at the start of the video at a synced moment. And you can hear the other baby start to cry right when I get my change. You can hear the baby cry harder right when the stalker puts the thing on the shelf next to me. It's babies crying synced at synced moments. And I haven't caught it a lot on camera before. I've caught it a few times on camera before. It's usually happening when I'm not recording. Like when I'm at Walmart and I'm shopping and I don't have my camera out. It's usually at times like that when it's happening. I see these two blue cars synced up right now. They synced up perfectly in the sync ballet routine. How do I stop the stalkers? I'll make gang stalking illegal. Make stalking illegal again. KAT 2024. And then the guy from the blue stalker car that synced with the other blue stalker car got out, stalkered up with other stalker heads after he parked right next to me. and then I see a semi. Is he a stalker? Yup, he stalkered up with a fire truck. And then here comes the fire truck. Is it gonna stalk again? Yup, it stalkered up with white. And then it stalkered up with another white. And then the fire truck's coming around again, and it's gonna stalk her up again. And it has one dim headlight, I think. And it stalkered up with, was it a white semi or something? A white pickup truck with a trailer. The fire truck stalkered up with that. The fire truck, man. And I see whiteys, and I see other stalkers. And I see whiteys, and I see a tan car, I think, and it's gonna stalk again. And but yeah, the babies were crying synced, and then there's another time where the baby was crying synced. I just want to repeat these things because it's fucked up. And does anyone else experience babies crying synced? Because I do. But there's this other time where a baby was crying synced with me pressing things on my phone. And it's like over and over again. Like the same baby keeps crying synced with me pressing things on my phone. So it's like as I'm like clicking something, or as I'm like scrolling, or as I'm like clicking share, or as I'm like clicking copy and paste, or whatever I was doing, it was crying at all these different synced up moments. And it like makes it feel like I'm doing it, because I press the thing and then the baby cries. But it's like whatever I do, the baby's gonna cry synced with it though. Like if I get up and walk away, the baby's gonna cry when I stand up or whatever. So it's like they make it feel like I'm doing it, like I'm making the baby cry just by existing. It's fucked up. And then one day at Walmart, it happened when I was going through the checkout. But I think it's happened a few times when I'm going through the checkouts. Yeah, it happened at Hy-Vee one time when I was going through the checkout too. Like one time I came in Hy-Vee, this baby's crying when I walked by, like it was in a stroller or something. When I walk by the stroller, the baby's crying. And then when I walk up to the checkout, the baby's crying again. Or it's like he's crying the whole time, but then he's crying harder at that moment or whatever. One or the other. And then like right when I get my change, the baby's crying again or whatever. And then that happened at Walmart a few times. It happens at Walmart all the time when I'm like going through aisles. Like when I come into an aisle, like the other day this happened, like a few weeks ago or whatever. When I come into the aisle, this baby's crying, and then when like just like at different places, like when I'm coming into aisles or when I'm coming out of aisles, but like not every aisle, you know, but like at different places, the baby keeps crying synced. And then like when I walk by it, it's crying synced. And then like I walk by it and it is an actual baby, like it's not a baby doll with a speaker on it or something. like like it is the actual baby crying actually, and it's doing it synced. So that's some really psychotic, weird ass shit. So go watch that video, share that video, vote for KAT. Get your votes in. I don't know how long we have to secure the presidency, but it's today though, so get your votes in ASAP. Go run out right now, vote. Because I think I already won already, but we just want to make sure, you know. So if I don't win, who's gonna win? Exactly. So go vote for KAT. And I see a garbage truck right now, and he's gonna stalk, and I'm out.